The interpreter of national legislative policy affecting industry. Opportunities for individual manufacturers to state industry's case at congressional hearings are arranged by the NAM and supplemented by the appearance of staff members when desirable. Legal bulletins give interpretive comments on current legislation, analyze its potential effect on business. Letters, office contracts, law bulletins, meetings, all provide manufacturers with legal information. Time and again, members have benefited as a result of NAM legislative watchfulness. For example, at the committee hearing on the Walsh-Healy bill on contracts, NAM argued the bill should be strictly limited to primary contractors.
It was.
All purchases, as distinguished from contracts, should be exempt.
They were.
The $2,000 limitation should be increased to some higher minimum. $10,000 is suggested.
The $10,000 minimum was adopted.
Information is a prime need of manufacturers. A weekly newsletter discusses congressional developments and other current topics, gives up-to-the-minute information on vital bills and how they affect industrial operations. NAM members have learned to depend on this newsletter, and no wonder. This Social Security Bulletin summarizes latest regulations and rulings, helps manufacturers in complying with the Federal Act, another NAM information service for members. NAM publishes this Employment Relations Bulletin to keep manufacturers abreast of current developments in the important labor relations field, to stimulate better employment relations. This Farm Committee Bulletin supplements NAM group meetings with farmers and helps bring industry and agriculture closer together. Supplying facts for NAM operations is a staff of trained statisticians, and never were accurate, authentic facts more necessary to combat false propaganda against industry.
A man who works is a fool!
Opportunity is dead for the little fellow.
Production for use, not for profit!
Ridiculous, aren't they? Yet they are believed. A misinformed public is industry's greatest liability. NAM does not guess what the public thinks. It sends out trained people to interview thousands. They get the facts. Manufacturers must hammer home the plain fact that individuals prosper only as industry prospers. It must convince people that what's good for industry is good for the nation. Robert L. Lund, Executive Vice President of Lambert Pharmacal Company and Chairman of the NAM Public Relations Committee, tells how industry is speaking.
Just as business needs channels for its goods to reach the public, so it needs avenues through which to tell its story. For a period of 3 years, the Public Information Program of the National Association of Manufacturers has been systematically creating these channels. And today, this program is reaching into millions of homes, continuously, day after day, and through every medium of public expression.
Through every medium of reaching the public, NAM carries industry's story. Industrial Press Service, founded over 3 years ago, now goes every week upon request to nearly 6,000 small-town newspapers, truly reaching back to the grassroots. Here's America's largest cartoon service, going on request every week to 3,000 newspapers. Cartoons with a punch by one of America's ace cartoonists. What's this? Why, it's Uncle Abner, America's most popular daily comic feature. Yes, you've guessed it, another NAM presentation. The Voice of Industry gives newspaper publishers and editorial writers an authoritative explanation of industry's viewpoint on current topics. This unique service, known as You and Your Nation's Affairs, popularizes economics for the masses. A group of outstanding authorities write this daily column, used by more than 300 newspapers of the largest syndicated features in the country. Industry's position on vital questions is explained to the public in spot news released to local newspapers, press associations, radio stations, and news syndicates. In the field of newspaper advertising, this new series of 12 full-page harmony ads stresses what industry means to the community and the individual. Throughout the country, these advertisements are carrying the story of industry to millions of people. A speakers bureau has been established to provide speakers to tell industry's story at every opportunity. Over 270 radio stations are building goodwill for industry with the NAM program, The American Family Robinson. It is the nation's largest dramatic program. Another radio activity, NAM transcriptions, feature such noted commentators as George E. Sokolsky. More than 200 stations use these programs. Last year, 60,000 outdoor advertisements were placed through the cooperation of the Outdoor Advertising Association of America. And now a new series, personalized, humanized, stressing again and again that what's good for industry is good for your family. You prosper when factories prosper. Good times for industry mean good times for you. This attractive series of booklets gives libraries, professional people, teachers, and others accurate information on industry. Over 1 million copies of the first printing have already been distributed. Employees want employers to give them the facts. To meet this demand, NAM supplies its members with a 5-point program. First, posters. Employers have posted a total of more than 300,000. Second, leaflets. 13 million of these leaflets are in the hands of American workers. Third, a monthly editorial and news service to house organs. Fourth, sound slide films. Here are the titles of the 6 new productions to add to the 5 already produced, all pounding home the simple truth on subjects workers told us they most wanted to know about, including 2 on safety. Industrial facts go to 110,000 key men, foremen, junior executives, superintendents, who help shape the thinking of others. These news releases go each week on request to 256 newspapers printed in German, Hungarian, Italian, and Polish, because 23% of workers in American industrial plants are readers of foreign language newspapers. NAM has distributed over 2,000 radio programs for rebroadcast in foreign languages. To theater audiences all over the country, NAM is carrying the story of industry in 4 stirring motion pictures. 2, under the general title, Let's Go, America, have already played to more than 6 million people in theaters, schools, and clubs, and are still going strong. Now 2 new ones, America Marching On and Frontiers of the Future, featuring Lowell Thomas in the dramatic story of American rewards and opportunities. They have leaped to instant popularity. Students in schools and colleges want facts about industry. NAM meets this demand with its booklets, motion pictures, slide films, and a question and answer service. All the splendid features of this NAM information program is available to help you tell your story to your neighbors in your community. Local goodwill for manufacturing is of prime importance. To help build it, your association has inaugurated one of the most significant developments in recent years, its community program service. Under this plan, business, civic, and professional leaders are brought together in a combined cooperative campaign to tell the home folks what hometown industry means to them. In this effort, local facts and local information are developed under a plan outlined by the NAM, and the entire effort is supplemented by the local use of association movies, slide films, newspaper services, radio programs, booklets, and other features of the NAM Public Information Program. With the help of trained association staff men, the program is being set up in more and more progressive communities all the time. On other fronts, the association conducts equally important activities for industry, striving sometimes in the face of scornful opposition to correct legislative and other inequalities that are hurting industry and the public. For instance, they scoffed when NAM said the Social Security billions would be too great a temptation for political spenders. Yet you know what's happened.
NAM has put forward amendments to cure the admitted defects of the Social Security Act.
They scoffed when NAM said the one-sided Wagner Labor Act would bring strikes and disorder instead of industrial peace. Yet you know what has happened there, too.
NAM has proposed amendments to make this act workable, has steadily campaigned for reasonable labor responsibility.
And they scoffed when NAM testified that the undistributed net income tax would halt industrial prosperity, reduce employment. Yet there again you know what's happened.
The association led in opposing this unsound taxation and in demanding its repeal.
American industry believes children should be at school, not at work, and has actively supported federal legislation to help enforce existing state child labor laws. A year ago, NAM declared it the social obligation of all groups to study the alleviation of depression effects and appointed a committee which has already made an initial report. NAM has long advocated better working conditions. To point the way, it has established a special committee on working conditions. Out of the belief that employer and employee can and must get along have sprung some of NAM's most constructive activities, all aimed at the elimination of strife through mutual understanding. One of the most important contributions toward better relations is this report based on 9-month survey by the Employment Relations Committee. Summarizing enlightened employment practices, the report stimulates manufacturers to study their own employment policies to know what they are, why they are, and if they can be improved. NAM carries this and similar information direct to its membership in meetings held throughout the country. A direct answer to those who attack industry is the report of the NAM Industrial Practices Committee, summarizing a code of ethics to guide industry in all its relationships with customers, with competitors, employees, stockholders, the community, and government. It stands unchallenged as one of the most progressive steps ever taken by industry. Said George McNear, chairman of the board of the Mohawk Carpet Company,
no other report put out by the NAM has ever approached this in importance not only to manufacturers and industrialists, but to the public as well.
While George W. Merck, president of Merck and Company, called it
a valuable contribution to better understanding of ideas and ideals of American business.
Thomas H. McInerney, president of National Dairy Products Corporation, said,
it sets a goal all public-spirited business organizations should aim to achieve. I think the objectives are representative of the real progress industry is making to serve the public interest.
Upon such progressive reports from its many committees based upon the experience of its membership, the Congress of American Industry builds the platform for industry. Leaders of industry everywhere agree with Alfred P. Sloan, Jr., who says,
industry has no greater obligation than that of continually improving its service to the public and in establishing and maintaining those relationships which foster cooperation and mutual confidence to the benefit of all. The work of the association in helping industry discharge this important responsibility deserves the highest praise.
Likewise, Ernest T. Weir, chairman of the National Steel Corporation, endorses this work. Says Mr. Weir,
I have participated to some degree in the various activities of the National Association of Manufacturers. In my opinion, the importance of the work it is doing in behalf of your business and mine cannot be overestimated.
And so, moving forward with industry, the National Association of Manufacturers today still leads the way. Around its standard are gathered the nation's manufacturers in a common endeavor for industry and America. As industry has progressed in the past, so has America. As industry progresses in the future, so will America. So it's forward with industry.